This is 1480 KRAE Cheyenne. What you are about to hear is a sports talk radio show unlike any other that has ever before been broadcast in the capital city of Cheyenne, Wyoming, USA. This is Cheyenne, Wyoming's Sports Talk Authority. The Wyoming Cowboys, the Denver Broncos, the Colorado Rockies, and the Denver Nuggets. The show is local, it's regional, and yes, the show is national as well. Wyoming Sports Talk Today is on the air. If they're talking sports on the radio in Cheyenne, this is the place it happens. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today.
It is an abbreviated program for Wyoming Sports Talk Today. We're here with you for this 3 o'clock hour, and it's being brought to you by Marv's Plumbing and Heating, 1515 Logan Avenue. Marv's Plumbing and Heating on the job 24/7. Whatever. Heating. And let's hope air conditioning one of these days or a water heater breaks down. Get on the horn and let Marv's Plumbing and Heating come to the rescue. Again, they're there 24/7, 1515 Logan Avenue in Cheyenne. Mondello's Pizzeria, you'll find Joe and the crew over there 7 days a week, pumping out the best in Paisan cuisine, and it's always fresh and delicious. Mondello's Pizzeria, 1507 Stillwater Avenue, Suite D, in the Greenway Commons. Across the street, it's First Tier Bank at 1508 Stillwater Avenue. Again, banking done the old-fashioned way. Customer service, they got some great CD rates going on right now, especially on their 27-month CD, a 3.1% annual yield. So do check that out today. First Tier Bank at 1508 Stillwater Avenue. Lennox Auto Body, ×2. Family-owned, family-operated for a quarter century. The main auto and truck repair center on Dunn Avenue. The Auto Glass and Detail Center over on Pershing Boulevard. Medicab Pharmacy for all your pharmaceutical needs with your doctor's prescription. Remember, Gene and the great staff will fill those prescriptions precisely. They will also explain those medications to you as well. You can shop inside or go through the convenient drive-through. Medicab Pharmacy, Bluegrass Circle next door to Texas Roadhouse. Platte Valley Bank ×2, banking for you on Vanda High, banking for you on the east side at the corner of College and Pershing. And again, high technology banking, banking customer service-wise, everything in between. And again, if you are thinking about that home remodel loan, think Platte Valley Bank. Kia of Cheyenne over on Nationwide. This is going to be a great weekend to test drive the 2019s. They're on the lot right now, and there is some good-looking Kias, including the Telluride, the new SUV from Kia of Cheyenne. Again, see my good friend AJ and the crew, Kia of Cheyenne on Nationwide. Chick-fil-A at the corner of Windmill and Delrange, serving up 3 squares Monday through Saturday. Graduation is right around the bend. Go to CheyenneChicken.com and check out the great catering services that Ray and Cindy offer over at Chick-fil-A of Cheyenne. Windmill and Delrange directly across from Menards with 2 convenient drive-thrus. Jolly Rogers RV Sales and Service over on Highway 30, your exclusive home for Jayco RVs, fifth wheels, and travel trailers. Ideal weekend even to take mom by and check out all of the Jayco products that Jolly Rogers has for sale. Again, 18s definitely got to go, some great sale prices. 19s comes with some great financing rates. Jolly Rogers RV Sales and Service. And Taco John's of Cheyenne, where it is their sirloin steak burrito right now. It is good for breakfast. It is good for lunch. Again, check out Taco John's of Cheyenne and their sirloin steak burrito. Also, we want to get things underway with our scoreboard. It's being brought to you by Pepsi of Cheyenne. We check in with Nick.
Well, I got no NHL action for tonight as the Western Conference Finals will get in action tomorrow, but how about just at least a schedule update for this weekend, especially for Saturday on the local side with softball and baseball. For the Cheyenne Extreme on Saturday, they'll have 3 games in action. They'll get underway starting at least 11 a.m. They will be down in Arvada competing in the TNT tournament. Post 6, Cheyenne Post 6, they'll be in action this Saturday and Sunday, but Saturday 2 and 4:30, they'll be over at Pioneer Park as they will see the Casper Oilers at 2 and 4:30. And last but not least, the Cheyenne Mustangs on Saturday, they'll be over at Powers Field. 12 and 2:30 is where they will be at least playing at, and they will be taking on the Billings Expo. So that's what's happening this weekend here on the local side. Again, I got no NHL.
Major League Baseball. They moved to the bottom of the 8th inning at Wrigley Field. Brewers leading the Cubs 5-0. Games getting underway in the 5 o'clock hour. Angels will visit the Orioles. White Sox and the Blue Jays in the Rogers Center. Marlins and the Mets at Citi Field. Yankees and the Rays in the Trop. Mariners and the Bo Sox at Fenway. Minute Maid Park in the 6 o'clock hour. We'll have the Rangers and the Astros again battling. Tigers and the Twins at Target Field. Phils and the Royals at Kauffman Stadium interleague play. Pirates and the Cardinals again at Busch. It will be the Padres in town in Denver to face off with the Colorado Rockies. German Marquez will get the call. He'll be opposed by Eric Lauer, who'll get the pill for the Padres. 7 o'clock hour, we'll have the Indians and the Athletics in the Oakland Coliseum. Bravos and the Diamondbacks again at Chase Field. Late night contest in the 8 o'clock hour. Mountain Time, Nats at the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium. Reds will square off with San Francisco at Oracle Park. We go on to the NBA slate for this evening. It's a pretty simple drill. Rockets-Warriors tonight. That will be in the Toyota Center with Golden State leading that best-of-7 series 3-2. They'll be minus KD. Warriors and the Rockets, Game 6 on tap for this evening, 7 p.m. Our scoreboard brought to you by Pepsi of Cheyenne.
Hi, I'm Alex White, tea master at Pure Leaf. When I make tea, everything I know goes into it. You can't be impatient. When I craft Pure Leaf iced tea, I don't take shortcuts, because I want you to have the same amazing taste of iced tea that I do. So I start with fresh picked tea leaves. Then, after they're delicately dried, I blend and brew them at a lower temperature to draw out their unique aromas. And then I taste and fine-tune the blend for a delicious smooth iced tea. I'd love to have you take a sip right now, but that's one thing we can't do over the radio. But you can experience the same delicious taste of Pure Leaf iced tea anywhere you are. I'm Alex White, Pure Leaf Tea Master. Pure Leaf, our thing is tea.
When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think authentic Italian. When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think made fresh from scratch. When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think great pizza, delicious Philly cheesesteak, superb hot and cold Italian sandwiches, meatballs, sausage and special subs, calzones, crisp salads, and great service. When you say Mondello's Pizzeria, think unmatched Italian taste. Mondello's Pizzeria, 1507 Stillwater Avenue, your only true Italian stop for lunch or dinner.
You can actually get something good for your health at a drive-through window. When you order your next prescription from Medicap Pharmacy, call ahead and use our drive-through window. Or you can call for free delivery. You can even log on to Medicap.com and order a prescription refill. Your Medicap pharmacist will call you to make arrangements for pickup or delivery.
Medicap Pharmacy will always make time for you.
Medicap Pharmacy, 1947 Bluegrass Circle, next to Texas Roadhouse in Cheyenne. Or call 635-3712.
First Tier Bank strives to remain competitive and offers some of the best CD rates in the community, as well as area banks and credit unions per Rate Watch reports. How does that make a difference to you? First Tier Bank can assist you in securing some of the best rates on CDs. First Tier Bank offers the personalized customer service you've grown accustomed to and deserve. Plus, feel confident that your finances are taken care of by a responsible, knowledgeable staff. Call 307-632-3500 and ask for Caitlin or Debbie. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Chick-fil-A is a proud supporter of our high school athletes at East, Central, and South. May the school year bring success to all of you. Before you start your day, stop by Chick-fil-A for a hearty, delicious, and satisfying breakfast. Only at Windmill and Del Range. Breakfast is served Monday through Saturday from 6 in the morning till 10:30 a.m. Breakfast with Chick-fil-A, the most important meal of the day at Windmill and Del Range.
For almost 60 years, 1480 KRAE has been Cheyenne's home for good times and great oldies. Add to that live play-by-play sports featuring high school football and basketball, along with LCCC men's and women's basketball. Now combo that with KYOY-FM, and you have Cheyenne and the area's only locally owned AM and FM radio stations. But we don't stop there. We also have 2 FM translators which serve the area with programming from both KRAE and KYOY. And that equals a lot of bang for your advertising dollar. Radio yesterday and now today, along with our websites, web streams, and digital ventures, makes us your one-stop shop. For more information, please call Don Morris at 307-637-0301.
Here's the latest weather forecast on 1480 KRAE.
For today, it'll be partly sunny with highs around 52. For tonight, it'll be clear skies with lows around 33. On Saturday, it'll be partly cloudy with highs around 58. And on Saturday night, it'll be mostly clear with lows around 35.
Fat, lazy, and stupid is no way to conduct a sports talk radio show. We've thrown down the gauntlet, upped the stakes, and made it clear that when it comes to sports talk radio in Cheyenne, there's a new player in town. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today, and it's only here on AM 1480 KRAE.
I like that little liner there as we come in. New player in town. We have a new player in our studio right now. She will no longer do her bidding with LCCC.
I was going to say, she's been here before.
No, I know, but she's going to be a new player now.
Yeah.
So let me handle the interview, okay?
I can get on with it.
All right. Anyway, we have the opportunity to talk with Gabi O'Connor, who is joining us, the point guard from the LCCC Lady Golden Eagles, former point guard of LCCC Lady Golden Eagles. We want to say congratulations, as you now will be moving on to Western State in Gunnison. And the nice thing is, distance-wise, Colorado Springs to here, Colorado Springs to Gunnison, you're pretty much staying about the same distance from home.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the process of being, and if we can get you a little closer to the microphone, that'd be great too.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the process of being recruited by Western State. How did it all come about? And tell us everything that you had to do.
Last week I actually went on a visit to Western. I talked with the coach, and she had told me that her mom actually, works at the school in the daycare center. And so she actually saw me play. And then the Western coach got in contact with our, LCCC, Brian Altermeyer. And from there, she looked at my film. She looked at some of the highlights coach had sent out. And she said she was interested, so we stayed in contact for a good 2 weeks, and that's when I went on my visit. I just realized that it was a good school for my career path that I'm going towards. That they're really going to help me. And coach wasn't just recruiting me as a player on the team, but more of a person, a good person who's going to come in and have a positive impact on the team. And who will also lead the team to a championship.
Obviously, let me finish. Obviously, when you're getting recruited and you want to go to that next level, you want to make sure that your major is first and foremost being presented at that university. So tell us what you're majoring in, and again, what they're offering for you over at Western State.
Yeah, so my major, I actually switched it to business now. I want to go into the entrepreneurship field. I'm kind of create my own business there. They have a great program. It's called ICE, and they kind of help you, start up your business while you're learning about, everything that's around that. So that was really cool. And then, my coach, after going up there, playing with them, seeing me play, making sure, I was the right fit, she did, offer me, everything paid for. So that was really nice. I didn't have to worry about the financial part of it, and I can just go put in the work, help the team out, and then focus on school.
Don't have to worry about student loans for the next decades or so,
exactly.
like I have to. But either way, again, with the academics, obviously the most important thing of why you're going to school, but also, as we talked a little bit off air with you, Gabi, with Western State's got a little understanding from you that this team's been improving. They had actually a fairly good year last year, kind of same as what we saw with LCCC. You've been a part of the kind of historic routes with LCCC where it's kind of been revitalized, but that's certainly got to be also something that attracted you to at least go play for Western States of, hey, they are successful and they are kind of trending in the upward kind of motion down there in the RMAC.
Really, what I liked about this coach was she cares about her team, like I said, cares about each individual player and getting them better. Like when I went to the visit, I played with the team just few games of pickup, and she already told me what my strengths and what I could work on. And that's what I liked. She has the best interest in every single one of her players, and she's always trying to win. And so that's my goal too. And I think that's major. That was a major reason why I picked the school. So.
As we have an understanding from you as well too, Gabi, that at least school's wrapping up for LCCC for all students, about a week left or so. But looking back at your tenure with LCCC, not even just so with the basketball side, but school, again, as you've graduated, now moving on to the next level, but what are some takeaways, both on academic and also to the athletic style, that you'll take away from your experience here at LCCC here in Cheyenne, Wyoming, now to Gunnison, Colorado, with Western States playing in Division II NCAA basketball?
Yeah, My main takeaway was, I was kind of hesitant, to come to a, JUCO school at first, just because, it was always, hey, let's go D2, let's go D1. But I'm happy that I came here because school, I've never been, like, super into it, but it helped me realize how important it is without, putting all the pressure into it, as well as basketball. I got to ease into it, a little more. I had to develop a lot as a player, especially from high school. I had to grow mentally, and I think that even breaking my foot, coming back, that helped me to do so.
Do you feel like you got gypped by only just getting one season at LCCC?
I don't. I like I said, I think the injury helped me a lot grow as a player. I think that if I didn't have the injury, I wouldn't be the same player as I am today. So.
Are you humbled a little bit? And again, I don't mean this in the way it's going to probably come out, but again, you have been wooed by various schools to, at least take a look at them to continue your education as well as being a basketball player. But the process is, here's Brian Ortmeyer asking you to come up to Cheyenne, Wyoming, play basketball, offering you a scholarship to play for the LCCC Lady Golden Eagles, and now you get to further your education at the four-year institution at Western State. Yep. But how humbling is all of this when it's all going down at the same time?
Yeah. It's really crazy because it was all, a dream in high school. Like, I never thought I was going to play D2 basketball. I want to continue growing, and being the best player that I can be, and that's really the main goal. So whatever comes along with it, it's always, amazing to hear, amazing to see. Random people come up to me and just say, hey, you're the girl from LCCC, a basketball player. And I was like, oh, yeah, I don't even know you, while I'm at work handing out food, So it's a really cool experience. It just reminds me I need to continue to put in the work.
You just get that much more spotlight now playing on the D2 level and in the RMAC, especially how tight-knit that conference is there in the Colorado area and kind of outreach here in the Rocky Mountain region. But, we kind of at least talk with these players that come in as well, obviously for Colorado Springs, local product, at least kind of local-esque, where family can take a look. Has family kind of expressed to you of saying, hey, we'll try to make it to Gunnison. It's going to be a little tough during the winter, but hey, you're at least not on the East Coast, West Coast. We can still attempt to go to those home games or wherever else that you're playing within the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference.
Yeah, to be honest, going up to Gunnison, my mom was more excited for me to sign than I was, which is saying something. They're definitely excited. They want to watch, almost every game that they can. They're definitely going to come up, which is very cool because, I've had a lot more support in college, family-wise, than in high school. And I think that's just been because of my style of play, how good I've been doing. So I just want to keep that up and keep making them proud.
Let's go back on this past season. And I remember bringing this up at the Gaspies this weekend, and you're part of this historical team that got into the Region 9 playoffs. We have the home win against Central Wyoming College. We move on, and unfortunately it stopped at Western Nebraska against Northeastern Junior College. But you went to that next level. I mean, this team has been a stair climb, step by step, and again, we pushed it up to that next level. You have to be excited and walk away a little proud as you move on to the next level.
Yeah, this season was definitely a change. It was hard, getting everyone on board, and I think that we're going to still have to, they will still have to continue to do that. But I am proud of, every one of my teammates. We put in a lot of work during the season, and to get as far as we did was pretty outstanding. And it was game by game, There were some times where it was really close, and we just have to pull together, get that one defensive stop, score that one basket. And we did it as a team. So for, next season, we're going to have to do the same thing. It's going to be harder. And I'm talking about, Gunnison team, of course. We're just going to have to put in our work and keep doing the same thing.
Obviously, that season starting out for Western State's a few months away. You still, you got to focus here on LCCC. But just kind of, if you look forward to those next coming, at least seasons for Western States, including 2019, 2020 for yourself, Gabi, any goals that you have set in mind for this team? Any at least contributions? I mean, what's kind of your focus once you hit the hardwood there in Gunnison?
Really, I'm already, my mindset's already in Gunnison, just because, the year's almost over. So this summer I just want to put in the work, work as hard as I can. They need me to be a point guard over there. That's never been my forte, kind of. I've always been a 2 guard, so coming up and just becoming a better leader is another goal of mine, and yeah. That's pretty much that.
Keeping it humble as well, too. Not saying that, RMAC All Player of the Year. Like, Gabi, I have to admit as well here on the program, I recommended that you could be Region 9 Player of the Year, and you had a rough couple games, so I'm sorry that, put a little superstitious curse on you.
Put the whammy on you. Yeah. But I like how you said you like to be that 2 guard. And it would show during the season when you and Carly would switch off at point. So do you feel more comfortable at the 2?
Yeah, just because I played it like most of my career, but I do feel really comfortable with the ball in my hands. Whenever the pressure's on, I can handle the ball. I've been more comfortable at the 2 position.
With high school and a lot of young men and women will always say, "Hey, high school coach was really good to me," and I took away a lot of knowledge. You at the JUCO level with Coach Ortmeyer, you had Coach Dent last year helping out, and you also had Coach Ronaldo, again, Daniel Ronaldo and Markel Dent. Tell us a little bit your takeaway, the additional knowledge that you learned from these 3 folks.
Yeah, Markel was always, a great role model, just her coming from UW, being the same position as me. She was that type of coach that I kind of needed to push me. We still, get together sometimes, and she works with me, so that's pretty nice. Danielle has always been that person. If Coach didn't really have the second, she would, tell you what you need to work on. She would be there to support you, lift you up if you were down. And Coach Ryan, he was a good coach. He just, at times didn't really his main focus was on the bigger picture, so it was hard at times to
do the individual
right. Yeah, but I think that the program will continue to grow, and he will make more time for the individual.
And will you still always keep an eye out? Obviously, you'll be able to watch it with us. So you always keep an eye out on your old alma mater. LCCC.
Shameless plug.
No, definitely. Haley is my roommate also at number 3 on the court. She did really good this year for her freshman year, and we're best friends. So I'd love to continue to see her grow and see what happens next year with the team as well. But, yeah, I'm excited for them.
Well, Gabi, we want to thank you. Again, you brought a lot of great moments for us on our broadcast, and I'm sure you heard a few bangs on there when you hit the trifecta numerous times during the season. And we wish you all the best.
I'll miss the head fakes and whatnot. She did that the best against a few teams.
Yes, she did.
Absolutely.
And again, like I said, we wish you all the best, and hopefully we'll be tuning in and watching you starting for the Lady Mountaineers at Western State University. Thank you again for joining us here on Wyoming Sports Talk Today. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we got head coach Mike Malone of the Denver Nuggets, his press conference last night as the Nuggets fell at the Moda Center to the Portland Trail Blazers. They're going to head back to the Can this weekend for Game 7. We'll hear that press conference after these words here on 1480 KRAE.
At Platte Valley Bank, we understand that you have a busy life, and that means you don't always have time to come to the bank. That's why we offer user-friendly online and mobile banking with features such as bill pay, recurring transfers, and mobile deposit, so you can bank how you want when you want to. Whether you prefer to bank in person, over the phone, or online, Platte Valley Bank makes it easy to take care of your finances.
Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC.
You can count on Platte Valley Bank. Community banking for you.
Taco John's presents Olay the Day Pep Talks.
Human history has shown anything is possible with inspiration and hard work. The 4-Minute Mile, a man on the moon, a water skiing squirrel, and now sirloin steak burritos from Taco John's.
Sirloin steak burritos are back at Taco John's. Stuffed with hand-carved sirloin steak and bold flavors like the melty, savory grilled cheese steak burrito, plus steak and shrimp or steak and potato olays. And for the morning, 2 steak and egg breakfast burritos. Sirloin steak burritos are back, but only for a limited time. Olay the Day at Taco John's.
Right now, it's time to head over to Jolly Rogers RV Sales, Parts, and Service for low prices on outstanding RVs in Wyoming. Your local, exclusive Jayco dealer wants you to check out their closeout deals as well as their 2019 inventory of trailers, fifth wheels, and toy haulers. You can save up to 30% on select models with approved credit. You can find them at 6102 East Highway 30. Jolly Rogers RV Sales, Parts, and Service is a proud sponsor of LCCC men's and women's basketball, also our local high school teams too. This is the time of year you will see motorcycles riding around town and on the highways. All motorists are reminded to safely share the road with motorcycles and bicyclists and to be on the alert to keep these riders from harm. These could be your neighbors, your friend, or someone's mother or father. Motorcycles and bikes are cautioned to make themselves visible to other motorists. When you come to a stop, always look left and right before proceeding. This will help prevent an avoidable accident and will keep everyone safe. To all drivers on Wyoming roads, be mindful and vigilant. Paid for by Federal Highway Safety Funds. Check out the huge savings this week at Town & Country Supermarket Liquors. Here are just a few of the terrific weekly specials. Our Super Radio buys heard only right here features Fedka Vodka, 1.75 liter bottle, $14.59. Coors Extra Gold Lager, 30-pack, 12-ounce can, $16.89. And Black Velvet Canadian Whiskey, 1.75 liter bottle, $12.99. Town & Country Supermarket Liquors on the South Greeley Highway, Cheyenne's low price leader.
We're taking Cheyenne, Wyoming Sports Talk Radio to a whole new level. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today.
Don't look at me. I think these people are completely nuts.
Stop this crazy thing! And it's only here on AM 1480 KRAE.
Always talk about learning from losses. What do you take away from a game like this?
You got to play better defense. Yeah, it's to me, it's pretty black and white. You know, I give them credit. They play really well tonight. I thought Rodney Hood was the MVP of the game. Had a huge impact on the game throughout it, all four quarters. We got off to a really good start. Liked our first quarter. Liked our defense. Liked our energy. But that second quarter was, I think, the deciding quarter. You know, 32 to 20. They scored. They shot 55% from the field. 3 and 4 was back and forth. But bottom line is we didn't defend. You know, the whole night. 119 points, 15 made threes, and then you couple that. You know, couple that with our inability to make shots. And we got 46 shots in the paint tonight. We made 16. So unfortunate, but we've been here before. I thought our Game 6 here in Portland was better than our Game 6 at San Antonio. You know, but now we go home and, you know, best home court advantage in the NBA. And we're going to rely on that once again to try to close it out in Game 7.
Michael, there was a play early in the fourth quarter. I think it was a 2-on-1, and Paul threw it up to Beasley. He missed the dunk. CJ finished at the other end. Do you feel like the game turned there?
I don't think it turned there. You know, once again, I go back to the second quarter. I thought that second quarter was a pivotal 12 minutes where we had a good vibe going on both ends. You know, we're in somewhat of control of the game early, so you like where you're headed. Then that second quarter, everything just got turned around really, really quick. And give their bench credit. Those guys came in and played very, very well for them. But that play you allude to, obviously, when you're on a two-on-one break and you have an opportunity to get a layup under or a dunk and you come up with 0 points and you give up points on the ensuing possession, that obviously is not what you want when you're trying to make up ground in the fourth quarter. So, you know, big plays, you know, but, you know, we're going to learn from it. And we realize that in our wins in the playoffs, our defense has carried us. Even nights like this when you struggle to make shots, you have to rely on your defense. And I thought our defense was not where it needed to be tonight.
Michael, Eric Anderson, Associated Press. I think Dame had 17 in the third quarter. What did you see from him in that third quarter that kind of got him going?
Oh, just an aggressive Dame. You know, obviously, you know, you saw that in all 5 games in the first round against Oklahoma City. We've done a pretty good job of guarding him throughout this series. And tonight, you know, with their backs against the wall, you knew what you were going to get. And Dame, obviously, 32 points, made 6 of 13 threes. And did a hell of a job, you know. But once again, as well as Damian played, you can't speak enough about Rodney Hood. Not just the impact that Rodney had tonight, but the impact he's had the whole series. You know, he averaged 3 points a game in the first round. So talk about a young man stepping up and taking advantage of a situation in an elimination game. So great performance by Rodney Hood. We have to be much better guarding him.
Kind of in that same vein, Michael, when it comes to Lillard and how you guys have guarded him, did you feel like it was just aggressiveness from him, or did you feel like you guys maybe gave him a little more space tonight than he's had?
Oh, definitely. I would agree with that. I think when you combine the fact that Damian knows this is win or go home, you know what kind of mindset a great player is going to come out with, coupled with us maybe not being as physical and into him, our bigs maybe not being up at the level as often, so he's able to come off and make 6 threes. And we've done a really good job of taking away the 3-point shot with him for the most of the series, and tonight he got off. So it was definitely a combination of him understanding what time it is and us not being as engaged defensively as we need to be.
Romy Bean, CBS Denver. Coach, before the game you said you wanted your team to come out not just to meet the urgency and energy of Portland, but to exceed it. Do you feel like they were able to accomplish that?
I think so. Once again, did we sustain it for 48 minutes? Maybe not necessarily. But I thought quarter one tonight compared to quarter one against San Antonio was a marked difference. Our defense was phenomenal. We had 8 assists, 1 turnover in the first quarter. And we have an 8-point lead, 34-26. So I loved how we started. Obviously, once we got into that second quarter, though, that's where we kind of lost our rhythm on both ends of the floor. We had a hard time scoring. We had a hard time defending. And when you're struggling to make shots, you have to rely on your defense, something we've done a lot this year. But tonight, obviously, we struggled on both ends. Couldn't make shots, 38% from the field, which is not a great number, and 16 of 46 in the paint. And that carried over onto the defensive end, unfortunately.
Michael, 2 questions. An easy one first. If Jokic hadn't picked up his 4th foul in the third, would you have come back with him to start the 4th?
I'm not sure. Obviously it was definitely in my thought process. I ran Jamal Murray a lot of minutes tonight. And with with Nikola in foul trouble, I felt I needed to have one of those guys on the floor at all times. Just with the rhythm of the game and them kind of having the lead. And I didn't want to have both Jamal and Nikola on the bench at the same time. So there's a chance. Obviously, it's tough. I give our bench credit. It's easy to sit there and criticize them, but, it's tough to play a couple of minutes. And when things don't go well, you come out and you probably start pressing a little bit. So I probably have to show a little bit more confidence and faith in those guys so they can play their game effectively. But Nikola is a valuable part of our team, and I'll play him as many minutes as needed to try to get a win. And obviously, Game 7 will be that case for everybody.
And then the other one, there was obviously that big scuffle there in the 4th. Are you concerned about further penalties?
It's funny. I still haven't gotten a real good look as to what happened. I know that I think it was Will Barton and Seth Curry, I believe, that had the initial. I know, for us, I didn't see their bench, but our bench never came close to coming on the floor. And then I think Torrey and someone else were assessed double techs. So the referees, the coaches from both teams, I think did a great job of breaking it up. I didn't see anything that would warrant any further, tech suspensions, whatever. I think they broke it up pretty quickly. And hopefully both teams are at full strength for Game 7, which is what the fans deserve.
Sports Talk today. Hi, this is Nick Peretti inviting you to join Larry Peretti and myself each weekday from 3 to 5 p.m. as we, along with our special guests, talk sports locally, regionally, and nationally. And you can chat with us too at 307-514-1071. It's Wyoming Sports Talk today, only on 1480 KRAE, and you can stream live with us at 1480krae.com.
Chick-fil-A is a proud supporter of our high school athletes at East, Central, and South. May the school year bring success to all of you. Before you start your day, stop by Chick-fil-A for a hearty, delicious, and satisfying breakfast. Only at Windmill and Del Range. Breakfast is served Monday through Saturday from 6 in the morning till 10:30 a.m. Breakfast with Chick-fil-A, the most important meal of the day at Windmill and Del Range.
At Medicap Pharmacy, we concentrate on nothing but your medications and your health. Each location is a locally owned full-service neighborhood pharmacy. We won't make you walk through aisles and aisles of stuff or wait in a long line. Instead, we'll always make time for you by listening, answering your questions, and explaining your prescriptions.
Medicap Pharmacy. We'll always make time for you.
Medicap Pharmacy, 1947 Bluegrass Circle, next to Texas Roadhouse in Cheyenne. Or call 635-3712.
First Tier Bank strives to remain competitive and offers some of the best CD rates in the community, as well as area banks and credit unions per Rate Watch reports. How does that make a difference to you? First Tier Bank can assist you in securing some of the best rates on CDs. First Tier Bank offers the personalized customer service you've grown accustomed to and deserve. Plus, feel confident that your finances are taken care of by a responsible, knowledgeable staff. Call 307-632-3500 and ask for Caitlin or Debbie. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think authentic Italian. When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think made fresh from scratch. When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think great pizza, delicious Philly cheesesteak, superb hot and cold Italian sandwiches, meatballs, sausage, and special subs, calzones, crisp salads, and great service. When you say Mondello's Pizzeria, think unmatched Italian taste. Mondello's Pizzeria, 1507 Stillwater Avenue, your only true Italian stop for lunch or dinner.
Here's the latest weather forecast on 1480 KRAE.
For today, it'll be partly sunny with highs around 52. For tonight, it'll be clear skies with lows around 33. On Saturday, it'll be partly cloudy with highs around 58. And on Saturday night, it'll be mostly clear with lows around 35.
You bleed brown and gold? So do we. Wyoming Cowboys football and basketball is always front and center on this show. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today, and it's here on AM 1480 KRAE.
We're back on Wyoming Sports Talk Today. You heard the question posed to Coach Malone about the little scuffle last night. So with both teams heading into a Game 7, it's going to be in the can where
there shouldn't be any more suspensions. Maybe a fine or two. I doubt that, but it wasn't anything major.
I know. I mean, it broke out midway through the fourth quarter with Blazers guard Seth Curry and Nuggets forward Will Barton shoving each other.
Mm-hmm.
As the two were being separated, Barton appeared to poke Curry in the eye. And Denver's Torrey Craig and Portland's Zach Collins also got into a skirmish, and then it escalated. So officials handed out offsetting technical fouls for all four players.
Yep.
Afterward, Curry took exception to the Nuggets' actions, Barton in particular. As he said, he waited for a few people to get in between us, and when a few people were in between us, he put his finger in my eye. Curry said of Barton, "You know what I'm saying? I can't allow people to put their finger or fingers in my eye." Hey, that makes sense.
I don't think it was anything intentional. It was an accident. It was kind of heat of the moment. In my opinion, I don't really think it was.
Well, Curry's funny, though, because he says, that's real sassy. They've got a few sassy dudes over there, front runners, and we can't allow that.
Well, maybe Portland now has a new mantra heading into Game 7 of, hey, we got to take down this team or so.
They're sassy.
I guess. I don't know. That's why Seth Curry right now is a bench player compared to his brother. But, again, Portland getting it done at home does not surprise me. I thought Denver had no business losing this game last night. That they should have won it 4-2, even on the road. But credit to Portland. Basically, what we haven't seen in a few contests, or at least it's been at least in the works, is C.J. McCollum kind of shows up finally. He puts up 30 points. Damian Lillard, again, he's going to be your leading scorer no matter what. He had 32 points. But the key thing was Zach Collins was also, too, at least with Hood. Again, 25 points for Hood. Collins with 14. That was a lot of points off of the bench, where the rest for Cantor, Harkless, Aminu, they still don't do anything as a starting group, at least out of those three. But again, bench showed up, and Portland gets the win. They get the 11-point victory over the Denver Nuggets and push a Game 7 to at least Pepsi Center, where it's going to be tough for Portland to get it done. I don't expect Portland to get it done in Game 7. There's no doubt about it. Denver should win that. I'd be shocked if they lose. I would be shocked at this point. But maybe this was the game, though, Game 6 at home for Portland, with at least with the skirmish, the scuffle that happened on the court there in the fourth quarter. Maybe this is something that Portland hangs its hat on, where they know how to maybe get in the mind, so to speak, of the Denver Nuggets. They know how to kind of ruffle their feathers, and maybe that plays into Game 7, where emotions are high.
I told you in Game 5 they were trying to get into Jokic's head.
Yeah.
And he fouled out, but, he still had a Jokic night, and again, Paul Millsap stepped up. Again, it's like little, they're nitpicking on them. That's what they're doing. They're trying to get under their skin. The Nuggets need to come out, Game 7, and just do what they do best: run.
Yeah.
And, a matter of fact, I saw
take advantage of the altitude.
I saw a couple of passes that Jokic made last night, and these would be the ones that I'd say those were lazy passes.
Yeah.
He was holding the ball up, and he just kind of.
Well, then is it something that Denver just came in too confident or kind of lackadaisical and said, "Hey, we should win this," and
maybe they felt they couldn't.
Our playoff lives aren't on the line, so we don't really have to worry.
And maybe they felt they couldn't win in the Moda Center. I don't know.
They can. There's no doubt.
Well, I understand that, but
like I said, there should be no reason why they lost last night, other than what we're kind of talking about. I had full confidence that Denver should win on the road against Portland. Portland has played pathetic in the past couple of games. They've not played like the Portland Trailblazers team that led them to be 53-29 this season and the third seed in the Western Conference. They have not been playing that of recent. Denver's been firing on all cylinders, and last night Portland felt that fire under their behinds. They got it going and figured out how to take down the Denver Nuggets at home. Now, again, heading back to Denver, it's a much different story, clearly. Again, one of the tougher places in the NBA to play. It's always tough to win on the road, even in the playoffs. Was this game 6-0 enough, or at least did this spark something for Portland to give them a shot in Game 7?
I think all it did was give them life. I think the Denver Nuggets will come out in Game 7 from start to finish and control the game.
You like to think so.
Yeah.
That crowd should feel that, at least contests like
and
that
again,
for all four quarters.
Even though the Nuggets lost, and you're right, they wanted to go there and win, wrap that series up, but they also felt the confidence knowing they're going to head back to Denver where they've won against Portland.
But this is 2 straight series right now for the Denver Nuggets that have pushed it to Game 7.
Guess what? The team they're going to face, either the Rockets or the Warriors, guess what, pal? They're going to go 7 games too. You're not going to tell me the Rockets are going to lose tomorrow at the Toyota Center, especially without KD.
I think they can. I think Golden State can. Like I said,
I think they're going back to the Oracle for Game 7.
Well, and we'll see. And that game is tonight. Actually, it's not tomorrow, so we will know the answer tonight.
You know what I meant.
But I think Warriors can get it done tonight on the road. They've done it before in Houston. Nothing says that they can't. They did it in Game 7 last year of the Western Conference.
We'll see if they got the rally cry out for KD tonight.
And I think they will. Like I said, this is a team minus KD. They won championships before he ever arrived there in Oakland, at least California. They can certainly do it without him. They just need Draymond or whoever to step up. Steph Curry needs to have a monstrous night, and yeah, they can still get it done. But going back with the Nuggets and Trailblazers Game 7, you just wonder right now, did Portland get enough fuel, at least added to their fire, to possibly upset Denver on their home court? It would, for me, be highly shocking if Portland wins Game 7. It'd be highly shocking if Denver were to lose, even in a close contest. But that being said, though, I can't disrespect Portland. Again, this is a team that has fought with this number 2 seeded Denver Nuggets team that has fought with them to the point where now here we are. It's a win or go home.
Yeah, I mean, and that's it. It's a do or die, and, Lillard's going to come out. He's going to be on his top of his
Lillard's going to be Lillard. He does it every night.
Well, Collins is the one that's going to have to come out and show up.
No, you need C.J. McCollum. That's the main guy who needs to show up once again because, again, with his 30 points, he certainly was a big help on that starting role. But, yeah, the bench needs to show up once again. That bench has been kind of topsy-turvy throughout this series. Again, Collins with Hood as well, too.
They showed up at the Moda Center.
Maybe Game 7s were Seth Curry, again, brother of Steph Curry. Is it something that Curry, where he now has something to fight for, at least a little motivation, where he's putting out all these comments, hey, I got poked in the eye, blah, blah, blah. They're terrible people there with the Denver Nuggets. Is this something where Seth Curry has kind of a come-out game in Game 7?
All that Seth Curry did was put bulletin board material in the locker room for the Nuggets. That's all he did. He's going to rile them up just even that much.
Yeah, but also, too, you got your teammates there with Portland that are going to try and defend your back as well, too. That might be something where, hey, maybe they are targeting Curry for his last name or for whatever reason, and we need to rally around Seth Curry and protect him and win this game for him because the Nuggets are, a trying to find that pretty word for it, but a kind of bullying bunch, so to speak. An unfair team by poking each other in the eye. again, in Game 7, all I'll say is I'll be highly surprised if Portland wins that thing.
Right. Yeah,
I do not expect Trailblazers to get it done, but you just wonder if Game 6, if this is something that was very helpful with what happened in that fourth quarter, was this something that was very helpful for the Portland Trailblazers, at least Trailblazers, to get it done in Game 7, to get that monstrous upset on the road?
I don't think that's going to be the rallying cry for Portland.
I don't know. They're looking for anything right now. I think Portland absolutely has to.
Milwaukee Bucks center Paul Gasol will miss the remainder of the playoffs after undergoing surgery yesterday to repair a stress fracture in his left foot, according to the team. Gasol has not played since March. And
as you say, not a big loss.
Yeah, but still, it's a big guy, and
he's not the main contributor for where the Bucks are at.
No, not at all. I mean, he's 38 years old, and he's kind of like right now for the Warriors, getting Bogut back.
Bogut was just added size just in case. Yeah.
So, but anyway,
but he's not do or die like, for instance, with the Warriors of losing KD. That is certainly a do or die situation for the Warriors, but for the Milwaukee Bucks, nothing to be too worried about. Again, he is, nothing, no disrespect towards Gasol, but he is kind of a throwaway player on that team that is
averaging 4 points. I mean, it's not like he was a impactful player, but he's still a big body, and he still can play basketball, and again, whoever he spells, because again, he comes off the bench and he puts in his 18, 20 minutes per contest. Speaking of Durant, Warriors superstar Kevin Durant will not play. Obviously, we mentioned this yesterday.
He's out for the entirety of the series. Granted, there's only 2 games left, but KD will get reevaluated next week on what at least the status update.
Steve Kerr says he's confident Durant will be able to return to the conference finals if Golden State can close out the series with Houston. So the injury, and I watched it over and over again today, it's almost like you got a Charlie, and I don't want to downgrade because obviously he's got something worse, but it looks like a Charlie horse kicked into his calf. But,
he's got pain, but it's nothing to be
he walked
worried
up with his
about.
own power. I'm sure that they're sticking that leg in a bunch of ice right now and everything else. But, again, it's the championship series. KD is going to –
for the Western Conference Finals, if they make it, which they should, definitely he's going to be there, no doubt about it.
So the reason he came to the Warriors was to win championships.
Yeah, and he's going to be out there. There's no doubt about it. It's just more so of, all right, let's let him rest, let the team kind of pick up his slack right now and just move forward from there. Again, this Warriors team, if they are to lose tonight in Houston, in Game 7, they still have an opportunity to get it done at home in Oracle, where just like the Pepsi Center, it's just that much more, at least difficult to win at that venue than any other in the NBA. So, again, big confidence behind the Golden State Warriors, especially without Kevin Durant on the court, that this team knows what they're doing. The core has won championships before he even showed up.
And KD being on the bench tonight will be a good rah-rah type of guy. The question is, whoever steps into his role can't fill the shoes. Sorry. KD has been, let's be real honest, he's been unstoppable in the playoffs. He's had a good run in the playoffs. I don't care who you put in
there. It's nothing new for Kevin Durant. This is, it's not even the playoffs, it's in the regular season. So, but again, you need Steph Curry to at least step up. Klay Thompson have another phenomenal night, but the guy that I spotlighted was Draymond. Draymond's got to show up.
Yeah,
he's got to put up more than 9 points. He's got to go in the double-digit figures.
Who's going to put? And I was watching a lot of the highlights of this series thus far. Who's going to put the hand in Harden's face? That's just it.
I'd probably go Iguodala.
I would throw Livingston on him.
Yeah, probably.
I would say that would be your best bet because Livingston is more of a defensive expert than he is offensively.
He's good. Yeah,
he's good on both sides of the ball. But again,
your best defensive player on the court is Andre Iguodala. There's no doubt about it.
Defensively,
Livingston is right there with him, but to at least slow down James Harden, who is, again, his coming out game was Game 5, or at least I would say the best bet would probably put Iguodala in front of James Harden. If you want to slow him down, where Rockets are going to rely more on him to get those points, I'd probably put him on more than Livingston.
And I'm not going to sell.
Livingston, you can
I'm
move
not
around.
selling Paul short. Chris Paul's a good basketball player, but he's not going to put up the numbers as Harden will.
No.
So if you can,
well, Paul, you could just match up with Curry. Livingston, you could probably put on at least.
The Warriors match up with the Rockets.
Draymond, you could probably put with Aminu. I'm just trying to think of what would be the better fit in this series, especially without Kevin Durant, where, again, it made sense to put him at least on the block against James Harden. But right now, it's something that Steve Kerr obviously has figured out. But
we'll see. We'll see how it and again, I know I'll be watching this tonight. The Lakers finally will interview former Memphis Grizzlies coach J.B. Bickerstaff for their head coaching position today. The Lakers have been regrouping since Wednesday's breakdown with head coaching candidate Tyronn Lue.
Yeah, Ty Lue, that's moving on, apparently.
Anyway, Bickerstaff will become the 6th candidate to interview for the Lakers.
It sounds like no one wants to do this job.
I mean, let's see. Monty Williams has applied for the job. Juwan Howard, Jason Kidd, Lou, and Frank Vogel. And right now the Lakers not getting any takers.
Well,
really.
and apparently, at least today, or if it was not yesterday, again, protests were supposed to happen. I think it was today, and it's supposed to go on tomorrow, too. Protests outside of Staples Center, or at least Lakers fans were supposedly we're going to rally around outside Staples Center to showcase of how upset they are with the direction of the franchise, how it has kind of been a black eye so far there in Los Angeles. The funny thing is, at least photos and videos from outside Staples Center, there was no one that even cared. No one even showed up for this thing, for this rally, at least for this, again, protest against the state, at least with the Los Angeles Lakers. So it sounds like fans have just kind of said, who cares at this point?
Well, and I think...
And again, Lakers have been in terrible, at least, this is a franchise that hasn't been to playoffs in quite some time. They're used to losing at this point. But it sounds like the fans are just going, yeah.
But the Lakers fans this year were thinking, we got LeBron.
Everyone did.
We're in the playoffs.
Not even Laker fans, but everyone thought that L.A. should have been playoff bound. They were not doing something special like Cleveland did and dominating the West. Absolutely not. But it was a team that had the expectations and I think had a good reality to make it to the playoffs, especially with LeBron James. But we saw the meltdown. Clearly where it is LeBron James' team. And with Luke Walton, he was doomed to fail. It sounds like that was the situation out there in Los Angeles.
Where everybody was pulling for him to fail.
Yeah.
Even the front office.
Yeah.
So, and he didn't. Real quick here, I want to move on to baseball. Do we need to take a break?
No.
Okay. One last thing here. Going back to Albert Pujols yesterday, who recorded his 2,000th RBI, his career RBI.
I'm surprised we're talking baseball, not NHL, as we had.
Well, we'll get to that real quick, but I just want to mention, and it's amazing, too, with his 2,000th career RBI, the names that are in front of him. Alex Rodriguez at 2,086 and the legendary Hank Aaron at 2,297. He also crushed what I can't remember what the home run was. It was the career like 6-something or other. So, again, you're watching, and when he retires, a solid choice for Major League Baseball's Hall of Fame. Hockey, Eastern Conference Finals. It's Boston and Carolina. And the Bees last night, no problem.
Yeah, Boston dominated 5-2 against Carolina. Was a bit surprising there, but at home, again, give respect to Boston. I think Boston's been a team where I've kind of floated under the radar, thought they had no business being here in the Eastern Conference Final. Well, they're proving me wrong, and a lot of others as well. The Boston Bruins right now, they look like they are going to move on from the Eastern Conference Final. Even after Game 1, it looks like Carolina has no business even playing against Boston. Boston, I think, probably looking at the routes to get to where they are right now, probably have the easier route. Taking on a Columbus team, taking on a Toronto team where, again, not heavily favored series. Again, Columbus was not that dire, or at least that scary team on anyone's radar, at least outside when they move and swept Tampa Bay. But I think Boston, they kind of had an easy route to get where they are right now. They have been kind of swept under the rug by a lot of people of saying, yeah, you're not the favorites, you're not moving on. You have no business beating Toronto. Columbus is this darling Cinderella team, you're not moving on against them. They're kind of disproving a lot of people, and right now they're proving that Yeah, I think Boston, after game one, after what they showed last night, they are dominant. They are good. They're a scary offensive team. They should be moving on to the Stanley Cup final.
All right, and real quick here, back to Pujols, 639 career home runs. San Jose and St. Louis hooking up this weekend.
Tomorrow.
San Jose will have home ice advantage. They're battle-tested. That's all I got to say. They have been pushed by Vegas. They've been pushed by Colorado. St. Louis will push them, but again, this could be another 7-game series. I think the Sharks will be going up against the Bees in the finals.
Do the Sharks have home ice advantage? Yes, they do. All right, yeah. Again, as they're both.
Well, do you think I'd lie to you?
I have no idea. But yeah, again, the Sharks. This is going to be a grueling series. It would not surprise me that this one for San Jose goes to 7 as well. Blues are a very talented team. They proved it against Dallas. This one, I think Sharks and Blues, you're going to see a rematch, or at least you're going to see kind of a repeat performance between Sharks and Colorado. It's going to be that back and forth. And this one, I guarantee, will come down to Game 7. Or I would say, again, kind of predictions where I think Boston moves on. I think San Jose gets it done as well. And San Jose gets it done in that Game 7 just because they're playing at home.
All right, we got to wrap things up here.